Hey, yo, episode 16, Road to $100,000 as a freshman. Episode 16 is kind of crazy, okay? We've been doing about 2 a week for the past couple months. Stayed very consistent. It's going great so far. I'm very happy that I was able to stay that consistent. So, starting off with the total, let me get a thumbnail for this. Okay, sorry, I don't know what I was doing. I think we're still around, still around 900 something dollars. Last video I forgot to include like this $45 cash that that I have at home. So I guess I'm just gonna add that to my bank account total. So I think we should be around like 950. You know, whatever. I said this in the last video, but I should be getting around like a $300 paycheck next Friday for my job, and then also about $500 from TikTok this month. So that comes out to $800 approximately that we're gonna be added to our total for the series. You know, I'll be able to actually invest the money. Good, cool. Michigan basketball just won. Yeah, they were playing Nebraska top 5 matchup. They won by 3 points. Looks good. I was just watching the score there. So they just won. That's cool. What else are we going to talk about in this video? So I'm kind of making this last minute. It's Tuesday, by the way. I'm posting this on Thursday. I'm making this 2 days early. I just know I'm not going to spend any money in the next 2 days. And when I have time to record this stuff, I just want to do it, you know? I want to fill up, make sure I'm not wasting any time. Oh, shoot. I'm using the mic again. Cool. Okay, episode 16. What I want to actually talk about today, okay? First of all, I've been a bit stressed with my schoolwork, trying to get that out, but I'm still producing videos. TikTok, I think, is back. Like, they were glitched, and you wouldn't get any views on your videos for a few days. I think they're back, because they got bought by some new company or something. It was so annoying, but I think we're back. I just made a TikTok. I think it's pretty fire. I'm getting so much better talking. These videos, these YouTube videos, and my TikToks that I'm talking in help me so much with talking, and then I'm also getting put in more awkward social situations because of people approaching me about, you know, my content. And that's helping me so much, being able to be confident, talking, working, thinking on the spot, stuff like that. So I think that's, you know, overall very beneficial, okay, especially for this series. I talked about this in the last video, I think, too. Okay, now let's actually get down to the main sauce of this video that I thought about in the shower, okay? I always have some shower thoughts. That's why I like to brainstorm. I lay in my bed whenever I get really desperate. This is my bed right here, but whenever I get really desperate for ideas, I lay in my bed, stare at the ceiling for 30 minutes, and I just brainstorm. And eventually, you think for the first 10 minutes, well, this is so stupid. And then eventually your mind just starts wandering off like you're dreaming, and you come up with the best ideas you've ever had in your life. And that's kind of what happens in the shower to a lot of people, because you're basically avoiding any stimulation from like your phone or any outside distractions unless you're listening to music. And then you can come up with great thoughts, okay? The less distractions and stimulation you have. So yeah, that's why I brainstorm, because I come up with better ideas. And when I was brainstorming or in the shower, okay, I came up with the idea to talk about my life in content, like how I've always been in content my whole life. So basically, I've been making TikTok and YouTube videos for many years now, since 6th grade. I want to say I'm gonna say 6th grade. I'm gonna give myself the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna go as far as say 5th grade, but I think 6th grade. I was creating YouTube videos about who knows what, you know. I gained about 300 subscribers, which is about the same that I have right now, which is kind of funny. But, you know, I gained these much faster and much more naturally. Before, they were just like a bunch of kids at my school. It was like every kid at my school subscribed to me. So I wouldn't say they were really real viewers that wanted to actually watch me because I was entertaining. But yeah, so I started in about 6th grade. I posted like Fortnite videos. I was hitting Fortnite back then. I posted like everything. I posted like Rubik's Cube stuff. I have a Rubik's Cube up there. I posted Clash of Clans stuff. I still play Clash of Clans, dude. Oh, I've actually retained a lot of the same habits and hobbies. That's kind of funny. And then, yeah, 6th grade, I did that 6th and 7th grade, and 8th grade. No, 6th and 7th grade. No pun intended. 8th grade, I made Fortnite montages during COVID. We were just at home chilling. I was playing Fortnite with my new friend group that I made on the game in COVID. And, yeah, I made a bunch of montages for probably they probably spent a year. Like, I was probably making montages for a year straight from like all of 8th grade into 9th grade somewhat, because I know I stopped playing Fortnite somewhat into 9th grade, like just for a bit. I took a break. So 9th grade, I didn't create any content, and then 10th grade, it was towards the middle of 10th grade, chess started blowing up. So on TikTok, by the way, I had no real success with my YouTube videos before 9th grade or 9th grade and before that. They were just kind of for fun, but I still got experience talking, creating content, a little bit of experience, no editing, stuff like that. And then my sophomore year, chess content, okay? Chess started blowing up. I don't know why I did this. I don't remember. This is still so hazy to me. But there was this, I don't know if you guys remember Frank from chess. I know some people that are close to me might remember my content, but basically there was this big Frank blow up in chess, and I don't know what came over me, but there was some really big chess match that he was playing in against some other creator, and I decided to clip him like winning a game, and I added some like inspirational music, and it was like, oh, that's so beautiful, like, and it like gives you chills or something like that. And I don't know why I did that. I it was hazing me. Like, I never even tried to think about that. Like, why did I do that? I have no idea. But it ended up getting 1.1 million views, 1.2 million views, and I gained a few thousand followers right off the bat. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I just rolled with it. I just took it in stride. I started posting those exact chess videos, very similar, and just pumping them out every day. And I got about 15,000 followers on TikTok doing that. I made like a couple bands, around a couple bands, and yeah, just from chess content. And that was a turning point and a learning point in my life. I learned a lot about content. I learned that I want to kind of keep doing it. Like, or I guess I didn't learn then, but at that point, you know, I'd been creating content for 3 years, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and then I came back to 10th grade. I didn't even think about it. It was just subconscious that I kept coming back, and it was something that I actually wanted to do, and I was doing. And then eventually chess died out, and I lost motivation as my views decreased. And then I didn't really know content creation was like a passion of mine yet. That didn't spark yet. So the next year, I got back into Fortnite really hard, like trying to go pro, wagers, you know, whatever, making money from people, getting good at the game. And eventually I just started posting TikToks because I was like, why not? This is going to help my Fortnite networking, okay? If I can blow up and be known, and then I'm able to play with better players and stuff, you know, whatever. And I created content for a long time. Like, I grinded so hard on that, mainly on the game. Content was like probably like a third. I grinded like 2/3 of the game, 1/3 content. But still, I tried really hard on the content. I probably could have tried harder. I still wasn't that good. I didn't know that much. But yeah, I basically grinded that for like 8 months, I think, something around that, until I eventually moved on to something else. Or Fortnite died out in the summer. I was like, what am I doing with my life? Do I really want to be a professional Fortnite player? Is that really what I want to do with my life? And I was like, no, I think there's better things I can do with my life, more fulfilling, and hopefully contributing to society more. And because I just realized all the like Fortnite pros or whatever are like people that I don't really see myself being, or people I might not exactly want to be. So I was like, I'm not going to try and get to that point. It didn't make sense anymore, so I stopped. And then I picked up like day trading for a while. I made a little bit of day trading content. Still didn't even realize content was a passion. I just did it naturally. I made a little bit of trading content, but I didn't go that hard into it because I was always kind of like, I never felt like I was fully in trading. I did it for a long time, and I put a lot of work into it, but yeah, I didn't feel like it was like I needed it. Like it felt like I had one leg in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or something like that. Yeah, but I didn't go that hard into content for that just because I wasn't that good yet, too. If I got a lot better, which I thought I knew a lot, but technically I wasn't that good, which I can talk about that. But if I had gotten, like, if I was actually really good, making, you know, millions of dollars, then I would have posted content, gotten a lot of views, and loved it. And I ended up stopping doing that. And then that was around college time here, and I just started posting college TikToks again. And around this time, I was like, wait, what the heck? I've been constantly posting content since 6th grade, like somewhat consistently. This might be something that I want to actually pursue and try and make a living off of, which of course I'm not there yet, but I'm still trying to do that. And I was like, wait, I always come back to this, and I don't even realize it. It's just something that I always come back to, and I'm like, dang, dude, content is kind of fire. I always enjoy making these videos, and it never really stresses me out because I'm like, if it's stressing me out, I'm doing something wrong, okay? Reapproach it in a way that doesn't stress me out. And it's been very enjoyable. That's where I am now. You know, got TikTok going, had a first wave first semester, had a second wave second semester. Now I'm kind of trying to figure stuff out, okay, with how else I'm doing stuff on TikTok. But on YouTube, I got this series set up, a lot of fun, staying consistent, and now I'm able to yap for almost 10 minutes. I could not yap for even 4 minutes in you know, when I started this series, and now I'm able to go for like 10 minutes, and because I'm not as worried to make mistakes when I'm talking. And I used to be so worried about like messing up when I talk, when it doesn't matter, when I'm just talking to you guys. Like, it's really not that serious, you know. If you're watching this, then you're not really gonna care how accurate I am with my speech. And because I'm not as worried about making mistakes, I make probably less mistakes than I did before. And I used to edit my videos a lot, and now I don't edit these. These are just raw just because I don't have time when I'm at school. That's really it. But it forces me to be better, and it's more fun. 10 minutes. This is my first 10-minute talking video. Very proud of that. I think this is a huge win. And it's not like I wasn't even trying to get there. I was just trying to tell you about my passion for content creation, which I'm very sure I'm going to pursue in the future, because if I've always stuck with it, like I've kind of came back to it subconsciously for the past however many years, if I were to theoretically quit, in the next few months, I'm sure I'd come back to it again in the future. And every time I've like made money from it, next time maybe I'll make more money, I'll be more experienced, and I'll have a higher chance of doing this for a living. And even if not a living, then a great side hustle. So yeah, content's cool. Thank you guys for watching. You guys see Michigan, all Michiganed out right now with the Michigan basketball game, just beating Nebraska. Okay, nice. And yeah, that's all I got. Cool. Good talking vid. Episode 16. I'll see you guys episode 17 on Sunday. Okay, make sure you tune into that. Subscribe. Thank you for watching.